So are you hearing it too, that there's power in reflection and we all need to find time to reflect? So, and you also hear this is the way you should do it. This is the way to be most effective at it. Here are all the things you should do. You should meditate 5 minutes. You should meditate 30 minutes. You should do it in this space or that space. Well, the first thing you need to do, the first tip I would say is shoulds are bullshit and fuck the shoulds and throw those out and then start to figure out what works best for you in that space. I know something that works best for me. I'll share it with you. Maybe it'll help you. All I can say is that really creating space for reflection has been one of the most powerful things in my life. And I think it's directly connected to self growth and awareness and success, whether it's in your personal relationships or professional relationships. But one of the things that was difficult for me is just creating that time because I'm the person who my mind is always going, I'm always moving. It's hard for me to sit still. And so reflection requires that and silence. And that was very difficult for me to create that space. So I felt like a failure because I couldn't meditate for 5 minutes. And finding where I could find hours to actually reflect, where those ideas and vision and the ability to dream and imagine could come forth was hard to find for me. But what I learned is that somebody like me needs to first use distraction to distract me from those thoughts, from those things, and kind of pivot my mind and disrupt it a little bit. One of the ways that I do that is I get out of the space that I'm in and I go to a space where I'll see things visually or things will distract me, but it's more a distraction that kind of clears that noise from my mind. And one of those things is getting out in nature. So that's what I do. I live in a city that's got over 4.5 million people, but I'm sitting not too far outside of my backyard on Lookout Mountain in Phoenix. And you can see I'm surrounded by mountains, I'm surrounded by nature. Fortunately for all of us that live in the city, we also have nature right in the middle of the city where we can walk to and travel to fairly closely. So that's what I do. I come into a space where it distracts me, whether it's the breeze, whether it's nature, and I really connect to nature. And it kind of gets my mind off of the things that I need to get my mind off of. So I then can open that space to reflect and allow thoughts and ideas and clarity to come to me. And it works. So that's my be better tip.